So, you know, today we're making one of my favorite post-recovery meals, and it's actually one of my favorite meals of all times.
It's a good one.
Who doesn't love pasta, right?
I couldn't find anybody that didn't like it.
And there's so many varieties of pasta out there. So for those of you who are trying to follow a gluten-free diet right now or looking for alternatives to wheat, please know that this recipe is quick, it's easy, it can be made with virtually any type of pasta. But instead of going into the meat realm with respect to ground beef, what we're using today is ground turkey because it's a leaner meat, it has less cholesterol, less fat naturally, although you have to watch the level of fat even in your ground turkey because there are fattier ones than others. And what I really like best about it is that it's simple and quick. And I know from our work together that getting food in quickly that is easy to digest, not heavy, not hard on the stomach, not hard on the body is really important, right?
Very important.
So I thought we would show people sort of the key ingredients of what's in this pasta with turkey meatballs dish. First of all, 100% whole wheat pasta. Again, you could use rice pasta, you could use something made from corn. It doesn't have to be wheat. If you're looking for gluten-free pastas, there's shelves and shelves of them now that you can find. But today we're doing a whole wheat pasta, and we're using a homemade marinara sauce. Now, you can buy marinara sauces. There's dozens of them out on the market, but make sure if you're buying something that you haven't made yourself, that it's low in sodium, because although you mentioned sodium being an issue for athletes because of your sweat loss.
Right, depending on where you're training.
Right, you still have to be mindful of not having too much, I would guess.
Right.
Because too much salt, you hold in
the
your
water retention.
And that must be hard on an athlete, not to be able to sweat and pour it off.
Right, it's all such a delicate balance, so.
It is. Well, I've made the meatballs ahead of time, and
tasty.
You can make these ahead of time just like I did and freeze them beautifully so that if, for example, you had a mind to have barbecued meatballs instead of marinara meatballs, you could do that. Or you could have meatballs with any kind of sauce that you had a fancy for, sweet and sour, barbecue. There's all kinds of ways you can do that. But let's heat up this pasta with turkey meatball dish. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil into the skillet. And then we'll put in our meatballs and let them get brown. Now, step back because we don't want to. Here we go. And again, the beauty of having pre-made the meatballs is that if you get back from a run or a training session and you really just want to get some protein and good quality carbs into your system, and I think the rule is within about
half an hour, I would say, right.
Yeah, so you want to have the stuff ready to go.
You really do.
And then add some of your sauce. In this case, we're doing this marinara, which is just a lovely low-sodium marinara. And I even pre-cook my pasta. I like to do this ahead of time because when I get home, I'm not training like you.
Right.
But I don't want to wait for the water to boil. I mean, isn't that the most frustrating thing?
Right. Then you find yourself eating in between when you're going to eat just to stave off some hunger. So that's really smart.
So if we pre-cook the pasta and then wash it really well, the starch on the outside of the pasta is washed off, and the pasta can sit in a food-safe container in your refrigerator for a day or two.
Right.
Do you ever snack on pasta at all?
I don't usually. I have tried to do vegetables and fruit, but
good girl.
If it was around handy, I probably would eat some of it.
Yeah. And then we're just going to heat this up. And literally, that's all it takes. I mean, if you have some fresh basil to put in there, that would be great, and add a little bit of more flavor to it. These meatballs were made with one of my salt and sugar-free spices, one of the blends that I've designed that help make food taste tasty without adding salt, without adding sugar, without adding any fillers. And it does give a lot of flavor. And just like that, now, obviously, what's missing here? The
garlic?
vegetable.
Oh. I cook with so much garlic.
You know, garlic is great for you too.
It really is. I kind of overdo it though. You can't overdo garlic.
And what happens when you overdo it?
A little bit of a funky tummy, but,
right? Yeah.
but I really like it.
You know what cures that funky tummy?
What? Please tell me.
Something else that would make this dish green, which I don't have here today, but I would add a lot of parsley to your
I have a lot
very
of parsley.
garlicky things.
Okay.
Because parsley is not only great for your breath, which is a natural breath
good,
freshener, which is always good to know. Yeah, it will, really, truly. I mean, after a heavy garlic meal, just eat a plate of parsley.
Okay.
But the other reason is that it is a good digestive aid.
Oh, perfect.
So you could easily kind of kill two birds with one stone, take care of the garlic breath, take care of the funky tummy,
right,
and still have your garlic and enjoy it too. So,
but you are going to add a vegetable in there.
Yeah, you would want to add a vegetable in here. You'd want to have some broccoli maybe, or what are some of your favorites, Maggie?
Some of my favorite vegetables, I always do bell peppers, a ton of bell peppers. I really like asparagus, I really like broccoli. Broccoli I think would probably go best with this though.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
And the bell peppers too.
Right.
You know, a lot of Italian dishes
I'd
have
probably throw some
bell peppers.
cayenne flakes in there too. I like a little spicy.
Yeah, hot and spicy.
I know.
She's fast, hot, and spicy. Okay, guys, that's it. All right, so are you ready to taste? Do you remember?
Yes, I am so ready.
When was the last time you trained?
I trained this morning.
Mm-hmm. All right, I knew
this
that.
morning, right?
I knew that answer. And you probably had already a little post-recovery meal.
Of course I did.
Good girl, good girl. Well, there you go, Maggie.
Thank you so much. All right.
All right, so
let's get some meatballs.
Just a little meatball and
a little bit of
tiny
pasta.
bit of pasta. I know you're careful.
How hot is this going to be?
Good?
It's so good.
Oh, good, good.
It's so good. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, I know everybody wants to know when's your next race.
Okay.
And how can they find you?
My next race is February 1st in North Carolina. And I have a website, maggievessi.com. I also can be found at newbalance.com. And of course, I'm participating in all of the social media outlets. So you can follow me at Maggie Vessi, Maggie Vessi on Instagram, all that good stuff.
Great. Well, thank you again for being with us. It's been a delight. Good luck
in
your next race.
Thank
I get
you so
February
much.
1st, right?
February 1st coming up.
All right. So we'll be watching you run.
Thank you.
And I couldn't be more delighted to have had you with me today.
I'm really happy that I could be here. Thank you for having me.
For more Food Exposed, check me out on emPOWERme.tv. And until next week, remember, make food your best friend and exercise your companion for life.